Ahoy, me hearties! Pirate Peggy Pants here. Did you know me song 5 times Pirate Peggy Pants now be live on Spotify and Apple Music? Go have a listen. It is so much fun. Ha-har! Anyway, I hope you enjoy today's story, and if you don't like the story or if you don't like my song, ye can walk the plank. Huzzar!
One day, 2 little girls named Maggie and Sylvie were sitting at their house. Now, they had been playing some board games for a little while, which had been a lot of fun. And then, as they were playing their last little game, Maggie was about to roll the dice. She was almost ready, and as she went to throw it, they heard a voice outside. "Help! Help!" screamed the voice. "What was that?" said Sylvie. "I don't know," said Maggie. "Let's go look." They raced over to the window, and as they looked outside, they could see a purple fuzzy creature that was running around their front yard. "Help, please," said the purple fuzzy creature. The girls looked out. It was a very funny sight to be seen. Do you think we better help him?" said Sylvie. "Definitely," said Maggie. So they raced out the front door of their house to go see what was going on. When they got outside, there was the purple fuzzy creature still running around in circles. Are you okay?" said Maggie. No, not really," said the purple fuzzy creature. "Who are you?" said Sylvie. "I am the Pim Pim, and I am in big trouble," said Pim Pim. "Why are you in big trouble?" said Sylvie. "Well, I have this little friend. His name is Benny Beaver. Now, I thought that he would be ready for school, so I took him to the school today, thinking that it would be a very good idea so that he could do some of the learning and get better at all of the learning things, but things did not quite go as planned." "What do you mean things didn't go as planned?" said Maggie. "I think it is best that you come with me and we all go find out together. Okay, let's go," said Pim Pim. The girls quickly raced back inside and checked with their mum, and of course, she knew that they needed to help. If there was a little beaver that was in trouble, they were going to be the ones to help him. "All right, Pim Pim," they said as they raced back outside. "We can come help you." "Hooray," said Pim Pim. "Follow me." Pim Pim started running off down the street, and the girls started running along behind him. As they ran, they saw... "Pim Pim, do you know where you're going?" No, I've actually forgotten." "I thought so," said Maggie, "because we've passed that house 3 times now." "Oh no, how are we ever going to find how to get back to the school?" I think that maybe we might need to ask for some directions," said Sylvie. "Okay, good idea." Pim Pim went over to a letterbox. "Excuse me, letterbox, can you tell me how to get to the school?" Maggie walked over. "Pim Pim, you cannot talk to the letterbox. It's not going to tell..." Well, if you go left, then right," said the letterbox, "and then straight down that road for a few minutes, you'll be able to get to the school. It'll be just on your left." "What?" said Sylvie. "How did that letterbox start talking?" "Well," said the Pim Pim, "things often talk to me when I say, 'Excuse me, please.'" Really?" said Maggie. "Definitely. See?" Pim Pim went over to another letterbox. Excuse me, what is the weather like today?" he said to the letterbox. And the letterbox didn't say anything. "Pim Pim, see, it doesn't work." It does work. I just don't want to talk to him." "What?" said the girls. They laughed as the other letterbox seemed to smile at them. "Quick, we best be going. Which way was it?" "That way," said the other letterbox. "Okay," said the kids, "let's go." They started running off down the street in the direction that the letterbox had said. As they took the turns and made all the different paths, they eventually could hear some noise coming from up ahead. "What is that?" said Sylvie. That sounds a lot like Benny," said Pim Pim. "Really?" said Maggie. Yes, definitely really," said Pim Pim. "Come on, quick, quick, quick!" The girls and Pim Pim raced around the last corner, and then they could see it. There was a school with a big playground that seemed to have been made out of wood at one stage because most of it was missing, and in the middle of the playground was a little beaver. Surrounding the playground were all the kids looking quite utterly and totally terrified. What's going on?" said Maggie. "Well," said one of the little kids, "this little beaver came and started eating the entire playground." "Yeah, it was a new playground too," said one of the other kids. I think he needs to know that that is not the right thing." "Excuse me, Benny," called out Pim Pim. said Benny, and he looked across at Pim Pim. You should not be eating the playground." he said as he ran off in a different direction and raced over towards one of the classrooms. "Are classrooms made out of wood?" said Maggie. I think inside the walls might be, said Pim Pim. We better run, said Sylvie. As they raced over, Benny the Beaver had punched a hole in the side of the wall and was eating the timber inside the wall. Said Benny Beaver. Yum, 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 yum. Oh dear, said Pim Pim. I think this was not a good idea. Maybe we should just go back home and pretend that this never happened. Pim Pim, called the girls. We need to help fix it. But I don't know how to fix it. Well, this is a school. Hopefully somebody will have some good ideas. Let's call everybody in. So, they decided that they would get all the kids together to work out a plan. But how are we going to get them all in, said Sylvie. I know, said Pim Pim as he raced off towards one of the offices. Where did he go, said Maggie. Next thing, over the PA system of the entire school, they could hear a voice.
Hello, children. This is me, the Pim Pim. I need everybody to meet at what used to be the playground. We need to come up with a plan. Okay, ready, set, go,
said Pim Pim over the school's PA system. And with that, out of all the classrooms came all the kids and all the teachers until the entire school was standing at what used to be a playground. It wasn't there anymore because it had all been chewed into tiny little wood chips. Look at all the tan bark, said one of the kids. That's not the tan bark, that was the playground, said another kid. Yes, that beaver's in very big trouble, said one of the teachers. Okay, said Pim Pim. Okay, Maggie, your turn. Okay, fix it. Fix it, said Maggie. We need to come up with a plan. Okay, excuse me, everybody, said Maggie. There seems to be a beaver that is causing lots of trouble at this school. I see that he has eaten your playground, and I think he's currently inside one of the walls of one of the classrooms, eating all the timber in that wall too. Why is he eating all the timber? Called out one of the kids. I don't know.
It's 'cause his teeth hurt,
said Pim Pim. What? Said the kids.
Yes, he's got very sore teeth, and when he has sore teeth, he likes to chew things to make it feel better.
But how can we make his teeth feel better? Let's have a think, said the kids. As they all started to think, they wondered why chewing on wood might make his teeth feel better. Maybe he likes the munchiness of it? Is there something else that he could chew on that might be better? Hey, you know those rubber balls in the gym? Yeah, the ones that are impossible to pop. Oh, we could use those, said the kids. Sounds like a good idea, said Maggie. All right, everybody to the gym. Let's go get those balls. So, all the kids and all the teachers and Maggie and Sylvie and Pim Pim all raced towards the gym. As they went in the door, the gym teacher was standing there. You will not take all those balls. It will end very badly. But sir, we need them to try and stop the beaver. Oh, well, maybe if we make a game out of it, that might work, said the sports teacher. What's the game? Have you ever played dodgeball? Yes, said the kids. Let's play dodgeball beaver style. What? Said the kids. Yeah, everybody grab a ball and we'll track down that beaver and everybody can try and hit him with a ball. Okay, said the kids. Don't worry, these balls don't hurt. Oh, okay, said the kids. So they all raced in and grabbed one of the rubbery balls each. How do we find him? Said Maggie. I don't know, said Sylvie.
We listen, said Pim Pim. Okay, everybody be very, very quiet.
All the kids and all the teachers stopped and listened, and they could hear a noise off in the distance. He's this way, yelled one of the kids as they raced off in the direction of the noises. While the kids went running, Pim Pim went running a different direction. Where are you going, Pim Pim? Said the girls.
Follow me. We can go the fun way.
So all the kids went running across in the direction of the voice, and Pim Pim, Maggie and Sylvie all started climbing up a ladder until they were on top of some of the classrooms. Follow me, said Pim Pim as he started running along the tops of the classroom. There was some kind of gantry up there where the kids could run along safely behind the rails. They ran along and jumped from building to building to building until they could see all the kids around the outside of one of the buildings. He's in that one, said one of the kids. Get in there and get him, yelled one of the teachers. Yeah, get the dodgeballs and get him, yelled the sports teacher.
Okay, we're going to drop in through the ceiling, said Pim Pim.
What? Said the girls.
Come on, follow me.
Pim Pim raced to the middle of the classroom and he jumped up in the air. Cowabunga! He yelled as he broke through the top of the roof of the classroom and landed in the middle. And there was Benny Beaver chewing on one of the tables.
Benny, said Pim Pim. Okay, you've done enough chewing. It is time to stop.
Said Benny Beaver as he chewed the corner off the table and started running towards the window. Don't go out that one, said Maggie. You'll get... As Benny Beaver dove out the window, the dodgeball started to fly. Said Benny Beaver, jumping back in through the window. He said, quick, grab one of the balls, said Maggie. She grabbed one of the balls off the ground and handed it to Benny. Benny, try chewing on this. It might help your teeth. Said Benny Beaver as he started to chew on the rubber ball. As he was chewing, a smile appeared on his face. I think it's working, said Sylvie. Hooray, said Pim Pim. But what are we going to do about all the kids with all of the dodgeballs, said Pim Pim. I've got an idea, said Maggie. What is that, said Pim Pim. Hey kids, said Maggie as she stuck her head out the window. We've got the beaver and he's all calmed down, but you can still get Pim Pim. What? Said Pim Pim, and Maggie and Sylvie threw Pim Pim out the window of the classroom. Ah! Said Pim Pim as all the kids took aim and started throwing the dodgeballs in his direction. Run away! Yelled Pim Pim as he started running. Get him! Yelled the sports teacher. Balls were flying in every direction. Oh, it doesn't hurt. It kind of tickles. Wow! Said Pim Pim. You can't catch me, kitty! Said Pim Pim as he went running across the entire school. The kids were laughing and throwing the balls. But how are we going to fix the playground? Said Maggie. I don't know, said Sylvie. Said Benny Beaver. What's that? Sylvie bent down and listened. I think Benny wants to fix it, she said. Really? Said Maggie. Let's let him try. So they took Benny back over to the playground, and now that his teeth weren't so sore, it turns out he had some very special skills. He started running around grabbing all the little bits of wood chips and compacting them together, smushing them into new shapes and new platforms and new swings and new slides and new climbing areas and everything. By the time the kids all came running back over, there before them was the most incredible looking school playground they had ever seen. How did you do all that? Said one of the kids. Yeah, said one of the teachers. What happened to the destroyed playground? Well, Benny wanted to fix it. He says that he's sorry, he said. So he decided to make the playground even better than it was before. Hooray, said Pim Pim. I have saved the day. A ball hit him and knocked him over once more. Oh dear. Pim Pim slowly stood up as all the kids giggled. Well, said Maggie, I think we've managed to fix everything. Yay, said Sylvie. All right, Benny, do you want to come with us? Said Benny. So Sylvie and Maggie gave Benny a cuddle and carried him back out the school. They waved to all the kids. I'm going to stay here and play some more dodgeball, okay? Said Pim Pim. The kids laughed. Okay, bye Pim Pim, they said. And the kids at the school and Pim Pim and all the teachers continued to play for the rest of the afternoon. As Maggie and Sylvie walked back home, they walked in the front door. Their mum was there waiting. Oh, girls, is that the beaver? It is, said Sylvie. Oh, well, we better tuck him in. Their mum helped them make a nice little bed for him and tucked him in the corner in the playroom. Okay, I think he'll be happy here. Just then, their dad stuck his head in the door. He looked and saw a little beaver tucked up in a little toy bed. Girls, he said, where did that beaver come from? Well, said Maggie, I don't think you'd believe us, even if we told you. And that is the end of the story.
This episode is brought to you by Pim Pim Playgrounds. We can turn any boring old school playground into the best one ever. We just need to chew it to pieces first. Okay, I hope that you have been enjoying the silly stories for kids. Make sure to leave a review wherever you find your podcasts and share it with all of your friends. This has been me, the Pim Pim.
And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.